Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the Monday Night Raw review for February 8th, 2016. Now, today is an event, is a day that a lot of wrestling fans did not want to happen. Didn't see it coming. Just randomly happened at 1 o'clock p.m. Monday afternoon, where Bryan tweeted out that he would be announcing his retirement on Raw. Okay, so the show starts off with, before the Raw opening theme, they play a Daniel Bryan tribute video. Does the normal thing. Stephanie opens the show with a table in the center of the ring for the Fastlane main event contract signing. Obviously Daniel Bryan chants, "Fill the arena." Steph goes over the main event, and as she's saying who's all in it and everything, Dean Ambrose comes out and interrupts her, and she calls out Brock Lesnar. And he calls out Brock Lesnar, and as he's calling him out, Roman Reigns comes out, and then Brock eventually joins them in the ring. Steph interrupts Paul Heyman and says, "We get it, Paul. We know who you are. We know your name. You're not special." And then she says, "Dean, you sign." Dean signs. Roman signs, and then Brock signs. And then Steph leaves the ring. She's like, my job's here done, and my job here is done. And she walks out of the ring. And they all kind of stare down, and then Dean gets in Brock's face. Brock throws Dean Ambrose over the table, throws the table into Roman, and F5's Dean in the middle of the ring. Triple H comes out, and he stares down at Brock. And then the show just kind of went to shit from that point on. Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler for the 700th time this week. I didn't really watch it. I went and did the dishes because I felt like that was a good time to do the dishes during a match in which I love both wrestlers, but I don't love them in the same match every single day. When I came back to watch it, Owens was in control. Dolph Ziggler got in a few clotheslines. He hits a famouser on Kevin Owens on the apron, and they both get into the 9 count. Kevin Owens goes for the rolling senton in the corner. Ziggler moves out of the way, rolls Kevin Owens up, puts his legs on the rope, and steals a victory. He cheats to win. Not Dolph Ziggler-like. But oh well. Charlotte versus Alicia Fox. During this match, it was announced that at Fastlane, Charlotte will defend the Divas title against Brie Bella. Okay. I didn't care about the match. Charlotte wins with the figure 8. That's all you need to know. Miz TV with special guest Chris Jericho. Miz goes out. He comes out. He's talking about how he should be treated better than the way AJ Styles and Chris Jericho treated him. And then Chris comes out and he turns Miz TV into the highlight reel. He brings down the monitor. He brings in his plant and his stool and everything. And he says that Miz is now his guest. He brings up Miz's match with AJ. And then they watch it on the screen. And Miz is like, "Well, I can tell that I'm not the only one who was beat by the Phenomenal One in their first week." And he's like, "I can tell it's eating you." And then AJ Styles chants start to fill the arena. And that was his cue, I guess, because AJ Styles came out at that moment. As he's coming out, Miz and Jericho turn around, and Miz attacks Jericho from behind AJ Styles and gets in the ring. And him and Chris Jericho decide to double team the Miz. They stare down in the ring. AJ says something to Chris. I don't know what they said. They didn't really have the camera close enough. But it triggers Chris, and they start fighting. AJ Styles stands tall in the middle of the ring to end the segment. And then here, these next two matches are probably the best matches on the card, so we're going to go through them very quickly. Bray Wyatt versus Ryback. Don't care. Goldberg chants started to fill the arena because Ryback's not wearing straps anymore. He's just wearing the tights, which he debuted on SmackDown last week. For some reason, the match did not go 3 minutes like every single one of other Ryback's match. Ryback goes for the meat hook. Bray Wyatt reverses it into the Sister Abigail. 1, 2, 3. Picks up the victory. Good. If he would have lost, you're just burying Bray Wyatt. And then the Wyatts attack him, which is what every person should do. And then the best match of the night, you get Titus O'Neil versus Adam Rose. And all I have written down is Adam Rose rolls up Titus to steal a victory. Don't know how he did it. Wasn't watching it. I just know that he won. Dean Ambrose comes out and he says that the F5 did not hurt. He compares it to an F2, maybe an F3. He's like, I thought you were supposed to, the F5 was supposed to keep me down. He's like, why don't you come out here and you give me another one? And he just keeps goading Brock in, and eventually Brock comes out. And Ambrose goes right for Brock. He doesn't hesitate, and they start to brawl. Brock completely dominates Dean, but everything he does, Dean gets up. Brock hits another F5 and starts to leave the ring. As Brock gets halfway up the ramp, Dean gets up a little bit, like gets on his knees, and he begs for more. Dean then lays back down as Brock Lesnar gets back in the ring. And before this segment, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose were in the hallway, and Dean Ambrose is like, don't come out. I don't need your help. You've already had your chance with Brock. You get a rematch at Fastlane. Let me have this moment. And Roman's like, okay. Roman Reigns comes out, though, because he just did not want to see Dean Ambrose get beat up by Brock anymore. But the thing is, he doesn't come out through the crowd. He comes out through the ramp like a normal person. And while Brock Lesnar is distracted by Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose hits a low blow on Brock Lesnar and leaves the ring. The Lucha Dragons versus Del Rio and Rusev. Sin Cara makes his return. The match starts off all League of Nations. They don't even let Kalisto get in the match for like 10 minutes. When Kalisto comes in, he gets a big pop, but eventually Del Rio hits him with the corner stomp thingy for the win. Becky Lynch versus Tamina with Sasha Banks on commentary. During this match, another Fastlane match was announced, and it'll be Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks versus Naomi and Tamina. I hope that's not a kickoff show match. I really hope that's not, because no one likes kickoff show matches. No one does. But Becky starts off strong. Naomi then interferes and hits Becky. From that point on, Tamina took over. Naomi starts to attack Sasha, who's sitting outside by commentary, because Tamina started yelling at Sasha. Naomi comes over from behind and starts attacking Sasha. Becky gets distracted. She goes out to help Sasha. She eventually gets Naomi off of her, but she's about to get counted out. She runs into the ring and runs into a big boot. And Tamina gets the win for some reason. Don't know why. I don't understand it. I really don't. You got Charlotte versus Brie, and you got Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch teaming up. I don't understand. The main event, before the whole emotional thing, the main event was the Usos and the Dudleys versus the New Day and Mark Henry in a tables match. It originally started out as just the Usos versus the New Day in a tables match. I don't even know why that started out as the thing. But eventually during the show, the Dudleys found out, and they're like, you can't have a table match without the Dudleys. And then they made it an 8-man tag match, and the New Day had to find a partner, and for the match, they found Mark Henry. The match starts out in an all-out brawl, obviously. Eventually, it's just 4-on-1. The Dudleys and the Usos, they're just beating the shit out of Mark Henry. The New Day then start to take over, and they're like, Xavier Woods starts bossing around Mark Henry, telling him that he needs to do it. So Mark Henry decides to walk out on New Day, and then it becomes 3-on-4. And right after that, a double was up to Kofi and Xavier, and then Big E comes in, he gets a double super kick. Kofi comes in, he gets a double super kick. Xavier comes in, he gets a double super kick. And then the Dudleys hit a 3D on Big E through the table for the win. As they're celebrating, the Dudleys attack the Usos and put both of them through a table. Yes, if you're playing along at home, yes, we did just see a Dudley heel turn. And that's how that segment ended. And now, something that I don't want to talk about, but I have to. I'll be honest, I did tear up quite a bit. I did. It was emotional. Shoot me. Daniel Bryan's retirement announcement. I hope I don't fucking tear up while recording this. That would suck. He's like, first, he's like, I need to address the elephant in the room. I shaved my beard because I wanted a haircut, and when I got a haircut, it didn't work. So he starts out with jokes, which is good. And he says that he cut his hair for Wigs for Kids, which is a company that makes wigs for kids who have like cancers and stuff, and they don't charge the family at all, so it's pretty cool. Let's see. He said he does not want to be doing what he's doing right now, like the whole announcement. He didn't want to be doing that. But he goes on to say that he started when he was 18. He's been wrestling for 16 years. And in his first 5 months of his career, he already had 3 concussions. 3 concussions in 5 months is absolutely terrible. If that was in high school sports, he would not be able to play another sport for high school, and probably not for college. But because it was like wrestling and it was indie and stuff, as long as he was fine, he could play. Well, he could wrestle. And he said in 16 years, he's had a shitload of concussions. He says that last week he took a test and it did not come back good for his brain, which is unfortunate. And then he goes on to say he's got a family to take care of and that him and Bree want kids. And the crowd starts chanting yes. And then Daniel Bryan, sneaking in the jokes, is like, as they're chanting yes, he's like, that's exactly what Bree says all the time. And then, holy shit, and that's what she said chants fill the arena. He goes over a bunch of things that he loves. Some of the things that he loves are the Seahawks, because he's in Washington. He says he loves that he met a man who's a demon, but he's the smartest man he knows, in Kane. He said that he loves knowing that William Regal was his mentor and stuff like that. He goes, and he just, everything he loves he's grateful for, because he says that he woke up this morning with just full of gratitude, because every day before today, after he found out he had to retire, he was pissed off and upset. But he woke up today happy. Not happy. He woke up grateful, because he knows that he got to do what he loved for 16 years of his life. He brings up his dad during the I think he said this segment was when they were unifying the World Heavyweight Championship with Randy Orton and John Cena. They had all the world champions in the crowd, and then his dad was in the crowd at the time. His last time he ever saw him wrestle. So he brings that up, and he starts to tear up. He's like, tomorrow I have to do something I never thought I'd ever do, and I have to start my life not being a wrestler. Now during this exact part, he's like, tomorrow, and he goes quiet, and then some dickbag tried to get a TNA chant, like Daniel Bryan is gonna leave WWE for fucking TNA. No, I mean he could, but no, he's not gonna do that. But he's like, tomorrow I start my life as a non-wrestler. But that's tomorrow. Tonight, I can do whatever the hell I want. Give me one last yes chant. He gets a yes chant. Bree comes out. And then the show ends. And then for like 5 more minutes, they on the WWE Network, they had the live Daniel Bryan celebration. Now, they made it seem like how, like, for The Undertaker, not the Undertaker. Ric Flair, when Ric Flair retired, how like they had like people come to the ring. They made it seem like that's what was going to happen, but no, the locker room came out, but they didn't like come to the ring or anything. Like I could have saw like maybe Kane coming out, William Regal, Triple H, Vince, but no, he just kind of does yes chants. The locker room does a yes chant with him. I mean, it was good. Like they all came out to support him. It's cool seeing AJ Styles do the yes chant, standing right next to Vince, who was also doing the yes chant. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Daniel Bryan is officially retired. I assume he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Don't know when. Doubt it's going to be this year. I mean, it very well could be. If they want to bamboozle everybody with the knowledge of the leaks that, because apparently the Hall of Fame list got leaked. So if they want to completely change that, they could throw Daniel Bryan in, but I doubt they do. But like Seattle has lost 2 big sports figures in 2 days. Because during the Super Bowl, Marshawn Lynch announced his retirement from football. Don't know why. Don't really know why. I don't know. And then the next day, Daniel Bryan announces his retirement from wrestling. So, I don't know. They won a Super Bowl. So, Seattle's got a Super Bowl, and they got Daniel Bryan. He's a champion. So, they're fine. We got The Miz. That's who I get to root for. The fucking Miz. I mean, we got Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler, but we got the fucking Miz. Oh well. But that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna go stop being so emotional right now. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is a little different because my nose is stuffed up from tearing up. But yeah, that is it for today. Tomorrow will be something. Don't know what it'll be yet, but it'll be a video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Camp Counselor Cody, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles.